Hi, my name is Dr. David Kulla with Synergy Wellness in New York City. Today, I'm going to give you 10 of my favorite costochondritis stretches and exercises. But before I do that, I want to go into a little bit about costochondritis. First of all, a lot of people that get costochondritis feel like there's no hope and they can't even get a proper diagnosis oftentimes. The reason for that is there is no test for costochondritis. There's no x-ray or nothing, no test that will tell you have costochondritis. But there are tests that will rule out heart disease. So for example, when you have a flare-up, you can't breathe, it hurts to take a deep breath in, you're having heart palpitations, and you get really nervous. Some people get so much anxiety from it, they really feel like they're having a heart attack. Now, it's important to have your heart looked at, EKGs, have everything done that you need to do to rule out a heart condition, because that can be serious and life-threatening. Costochondritis is not life-threatening, and you will get through it if you follow what I'm telling you here. So, I want to also state that you have to get those cardiovascular tests just to rule out a heart condition. At that point, when you're in the hospital, they're awful about musculoskeletal conditions. Most of them don't even know what costochondritis is, or they've just forgotten about it. There's so many conditions they need to remember, and it's not life-threatening to them in the hospital. So just be aware of that. If you don't get a diagnosis of costochondritis, but you have that chest pain, and you also from time to time get mid-back pain, stiffness, tightness in between your shoulder blades or below, then you probably have costochondritis, okay? Now, you can take over-the-counter medication, but that does nothing to fix the problem. Chiropractic, hands down, is the best modality, the best therapy to fix this issue. Physical therapy, not as much so. The stretches and exercises I'm going to give you are the physical therapy part. So you already have that, okay? Just follow these directions on these next videos, these 10 exercises and stretches, and then go seek the help of a chiropractor. I'm in New York City, but there are chiropractors across the world that can help you with this condition. They can adjust the ribs. Not all chiropractors adjust ribs. I do. I adjust extremities, not just the spine. But you need to have some tests done to make sure that the ribs aren't out. Also some palpation, and the ribs can be adjusted and corrected. The misalignment's corrected. So that's number one. We do that with most, if not all cases. We check the shoulder as well, but we also check the mobility of the thoracic spine. The thoracic spine starts right here and goes all the way down to the just above the lower back. So any mobility in your thoracic spine in between the shoulder blades is really important. Also, something that will make you more susceptible to costochondritis would be having poor posture, hyperkyphosis, or more importantly, scoliosis. Scoliosis is a big one. You may not even know you have scoliosis. So an x-ray can tell you whether you have scoliosis, but it won't tell you whether you have costochondritis, unless there's a gross misalignment of the rib. But you're not going to see that on an x-ray. And all it takes is a little misalignment you won't see on an x-ray of that rib to create costochondritis, inflammation, and pain. So I hope you guys understand all of this. If you have any questions about costochondritis and the ribs and the association between the two, definitely comment below. I'll try to get back to you. We've done other videos on costochondritis stretches and treatments of patients and follow-ups with patients. We had one girl, I think for 9 years, had a really bad costochondritis. She's doing phenomenal. I haven't seen her in close to a year. She's doing great. We check up on her, and she's doing her stretches and exercises, but she has had amazing results, just like everybody else in here. So there is hope. Don't give up hope. Be persistent with these stretches and exercises. If they're helping, but you're not completely through it, go to a chiropractor, okay? Now, that being said, the ribs and the back and how they're associated. Well, the ribs wrap around, go underneath the armpit and wrap around to the spine and connect to your thoracic spine. So you have to address the rib misalignment. You also have to address the spine. You can't do one or the other. And then you have to address the muscles, the tight muscles, and that I've given you right now with 10 of my favorite costochondritis stretches and exercises. So let's get right into it. I hope you guys enjoy this.
Place a foam roll on the floor. Lie back with the foam roll running directly down the center of your spine. Reach your arms out to the sides, and bend your elbows to 90 degrees. Relax your forearms back towards the floor behind you, and hold this position in a stretch. Lie on your stomach. Take the ball and put it underneath the muscle at the front of your chest, near your shoulder. Take your hand and rest it on the small of your back. From that position, move your arm in a sweeping motion above the head. Return the arm to the starting position and repeat. Make sure to stay strictly on the soft muscular part of the chest. Lie on your side with your head supported on a pillow and your knees bent at 90 degrees. Reach your arms out in front of you, with your hands together. Rotate the upper arm upwards and outwards from your trunk. Try to rotate as far as you can, without forcing the shoulder. Hold in the maximum position. Note, you can adjust the level at which you rotate by adjusting the angle of your knees. Lie down on your stomach. Take the ball and put it underneath the muscle at the front of your chest, near your shoulder. Take your hand and rest it on the small of your back. From that position, move your arm in a sweeping motion above the head. Return the arm to the starting position and repeat. Make sure to stay strictly on the soft muscular part of the chest. Stand with your affected side closest to the wall and place your forearm down a door frame around shoulder height. Keeping your forearm on the wall, take one step forward on the leg closest to the wall and slowly rotate your chest away until you feel a stretch across your chest. Be careful not to allow the shoulder to hunch. Hold this position. Lie on your side with your head supported on a pillow and your knees bent at 90 degrees. Reach your arms out in front of you, with your hands together. While holding a dumbbell, rotate the upper arm upwards and outwards from your trunk. Try to rotate as far as you can, without forcing the shoulder. Hold in the maximum position. Note, you can adjust the level at which you rotate by adjusting the angle of your knees. Start on your hands and knees, with your hands under your shoulders and knees under your hips. Take one hand off the floor and reach in and through between your other arm and your legs. Allow your body and head to follow, moving your shoulder down towards the floor as your hand reaches through. You should feel a stretch down your side, your shoulder blade and neck. Hold briefly and then return to the starting position. Reach your arm out to the other side and then up towards the ceiling. Follow the movement of your hand with your head, twisting in the other direction to look up towards the ceiling. Stand up straight and find your neutral pelvis. Extend your arms directly back and away from your hips. Control the movement as you bring your arms back to the starting position, and repeat. Stand with your affected side closest to the wall and place the elbow on the wall. Slowly rotate your chest away until you feel a stretch across your chest. Be careful not to allow the shoulder to hunch. Hold this position. Lie on your back with a foam roller placed horizontally under your mid-upper back. Neck in neutral position. Arms straight and towards the ceiling. Press your upper back against the roller and turn to one side when exhaling. Return to mid-position when inhaling. Go through the whole thoracic spine by moving the roll up, down the upper, mid-back. Note, start with smaller rotation and progress as feels comfortable. Keep your chin tucked in.